Next day, I opened my bedroom door. Hunter was slumped over a pile of empty cans, his head drooping. A mountain of cigarette butts leaned precariously in last night's spilled alcohol. Normally, I'd quietly clean up the mess and carefully create an escape route for both of us. Even if my heart ached with injustice, I'd use the gentlest smile and actions to paint this argument as just another ordinary part of life. But now, I walked straight past the cans and out the door. Before closing it, I heard Hunter's low growl. "If you're so capable, then never come back." And that's exactly what I intended. Since quitting my gallery job 3 years ago, I hadn't picked up a brush for outdoor sketching. Now that I had the chance, I wouldn't betray this turpentine-scented freedom. Holding Mr. Davies' letter of recommendation, I signed up for the Periton Gallery exhibition 3 days away. "It's a long journey. You'll be gone for a while. Are you really not going to discuss it with him?" Mr. Davies' voice crackled through the phone. I traced the unfinished Morning Mist on the Seine on my screensaver. It was a sketch from 3 years ago for my Periton application, a path I'd stopped walking for Hunter. But now, no need to discuss, we're getting divorced soon. When I got home, Hunter stood in front of the mirror, dressed in a tailored suit. He held an Italian handcrafted comb, meticulously smoothing back the hair at his temples. The sharp, slicked-back style enhanced his handsome, chiseled features. "I have a work dinner tonight," he said without looking up. Then, he pulled out his phone, a smile playing on his lips, and walked out the door. That smile was identical to the one in Scarlett's latest photos, carefree, tender, with an undeniable doting affection in his eyes and the curve of his mouth. I remembered 3 years ago. He'd smiled at me, that exact same way. On a snowy street, he'd wrapped my trembling shoulders in a thick coat. Then, he'd wound a scarf around my neck, layer after layer, and said with a smile, "See, this way, my little painter won't freeze into a snowman." But now, he warmed someone else's winter with that same smile. The starlight in his eyes no longer belonged to me. I knew he was going to see Scarlett again. Ever since Scarlett appeared, he'd often come home late or left early. I felt insecure, trying every way to hold on to him. But in the end, all I got was his exasperated, "Can you stop being so annoying?" That evening, on a whim, I opened my social media. I saw a photo Scarlett had posted. Hunter stood beside her. They both held the same bottle of champagne, smiling brightly in front of a giant champagne tower. The caption read, "Wherever you are, it's always brilliant." Below it was Hunter's heart emoji. "It's never lonely with you around." Once, I would have cried hysterically, then screamed and demanded answers like a madwoman. "Who exactly is your wife? Have you ever considered my feelings?" But now, I quietly closed my phone and slept until dawn. In the early hours, I was jolted awake by a violent slamming door. Hunter, reeking of alcohol, ripped the covers off me. "I said I had a work dinner, but I didn't say I wouldn't eat anything, did I? Audrey, are you so heartless and uncaring now that you can't even bother to prepare me a late-night snack? How can you be so cold?" His chest heaved violently, catching me off guard. In the past, whenever he went out for work, no matter how late, I would painstakingly prepare a table full of snacks. Worried about his stomach, I'd even warm milk. But each time he'd push it away with a frown, then post photos of gourmet late-night meals shared with others on social media.